right now, there's a lot of concerns here inside the United States about a possible attack. We have concerns coming out of Russia. We have concerns coming out of Venezuela now as well, and we're going to talk about that. But we also have bomb threats, multiple bomb threats just today at some polling sites. But we also had a bomb threat that threatened airplanes, where planes were grounded as a result. I'm not going to talk about too much of that today, but the concern is that these threats continue to hurt the American people. Even though we're not seeing even action, but just the threat alone can hurt many people. Look at this threat right here. It says Trump weighs options and risks for attack on Venezuela. It says President Trump has yet to make a decision, but his advisors are pressing a range of objectives, from attacking drug cartels to seizing oil fields to try to justify ousting Nicolas Maduro. Now, I've talked about this before. I said this was going to come, and that the problem is by taking so long to actually put any plan into action, what President Trump has done is opened up the door to Venezuela, now bringing on some additional support. Look at this. It says Russia is open to sending hypersonic missiles to Venezuela. It says weapon capable of carrying a nuclear warhead among those that could be dispatched to tackle Trump's drugs offensive. Okay. Here's the problem. We already have a threat over, again, with Russia, with Iran, with China, we can list a whole host of different countries. But we do not have a substantial threat in South America. That is the problem. If Russia is now trying to equip Venezuela with potentially hypersonic missiles, that would be a huge escalation. And that's something the United States cannot have. I want to show you something. It says Russia threatens to transfer Oreshnik and Caliber missiles to Venezuela. Now, here's the thing. I want to read a little of this to you. Okay, look at this right here. It says, it was recently reported that Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro has requested military assistance from Russia, China, and Iran. How convenient. 3 countries that do not like the United States. It says, in particular, he asked Moscow for missiles, radar systems, and support in aircraft repairs amid the growing U.S. military presence in the Caribbean. A day earlier, Russia ratified a new strategic treaty with Venezuela that deepens military and political cooperation between the 2 countries. As part of this partnership, several large-scale projects are being implemented. For instance, in July, a munitions factory was opened in the state of Aragua, a project that had been under construction for nearly 2 decades since its initial promise. In addition, Moscow has gained rights to explore natural gas and oil deposits valued at billions of dollars, further strengthening its economic influence in the region. So, Russia has gained access and rights to explore natural gas and oil deposits. Great. This is not something the United States wants. Russia to have even more natural gas, even have more oil. Great. So now it just makes it harder for the rest of the world to get it, causing oil prices to go up, meaning gas prices, transportation, fuel, everything, right? Food becomes more expensive. But look at this. Okay, I want to show you something. According to the Kremlin, it says Russia remains in contact with Venezuela over Caribbean tensions. And with President Trump sending the USS Gerald R. Ford to the Caribbean, this only increased tensions. But here's the crazy thing. Just last week, we learned that a Russian cargo plane landed in Caracas, Venezuela. From there, and it was only there for a little bit. From there, it went to Cuba, and then I think it went to Nicaragua before it came back to Venezuela and then departing, I believe. Anyway, according to multiple reports, what they all say, we didn't know what that plane delivered. We didn't know if it was people, was it military equipment. We had no clue. According to multiple reports, that plane delivered an anti-air defense system, meaning that this, not just tactics, but also the system and the technology, what Venezuela had was outdated. The United States was not concerned with it. Now the United States, and according to reports, CIA, people on the ground, have to determine if that is a serious threat. Because the United States does not want to go and attack Venezuela, and whether it's through drones or through missiles or whatever, we cannot go and attack Venezuela when we do not know what Venezuela currently has. That's the concern. This is why the United States and Russia still have to get along. Even though President Trump may not want to, we still have to get along. We still have to get along with Iran and China. Because if not, that's what these nuclear weapons could do. Potentially harm an entire country and potentially send the entire world into a war. So the reason I'm bringing this to your attention now, we're starting to get more updates. We're starting to hear more rumors that one of the things that the Trump administration just did is, well, the Pentagon said that they approved of sending Tomahawk cruise missiles to Ukraine. And they approved of this because we do not have a stockpile shortage like some people were saying. Like, we are good, and if we need to send, X amount of Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine, we can do so without harming our stockpile and our supply. So right now we're waiting on President Trump to decide, are we going to send Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine? If we do, Russia is likely going to request some additional support from China and Iran, and they may ask for more missiles. They may ask for additional technology as well. And again, this war between Ukraine and Russia could actually go on for much longer. But the big issue is now Russia is supporting Venezuela. That right there is going to cause more tensions in the region, meaning the Caribbean may not be safe. The United States may not be safe, and we could see more threats. For instance, these bomb threats. Now, yes, some of them are due to the fact that there's an election going on today. Okay, big election. But the airport, if we start to see more threats at the airports, right now it's a struggle to get through many of these airports. Not every one, but some you see long lines, you see multiple delays, some cancellations, and now you have to worry about a threat of a bomb? Yeah, it's not good where we're at right now. Right now, the United States is on high alert. So I'll leave you with that, but as we know more, I promise I'll come back and leave you with all the latest news and updates. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.